I'm just glad this movie gave us the opportunity to play as Saul Goodman in Fortnite. Let's talk about Nobody 2. Hey guys, AJYT Abbott here. Welcome to my review for Nobody 2. As you can see, I've got a little, luau necklace here because Hutch is back. He is on vacation with his family in this movie. And Bob Odenkirk, man, he is ready to kick some ass. Even though, during the filming of either Better Call Saul or the first Nobody film, he had a stroke. He's since recovered. He's been going through recovery. He's been dealing with all that. And he still came back to do this sequel, which I didn't think that we were even going to get initially. And then it got announced. I was like, holy shit, we're getting a sequel. Awesome. And this movie is a really awesome time. I can't wait to talk about it. If you guys haven't seen Nobody 2, this will be a spoiler review. I'm going to keep this one rather short today just because I'm a little bit pressed for time. I've got some other stuff I need to do. So, Nobody, the very first movie, I think is awesome. It is a fantastic action movie, one of my favorites of the 2020s, the last 5 years. Absolutely one of the best ones that we've had. It just felt so special, even though there are a lot of elements of it that we've seen in other films, like John Wick, the guy that, has this life that's separate from his old life, but he gets pulled back into that life and, has to do some fucked up shit and kill some people in order to get out of it. Here, we have, a much smaller scale world than, let's say, the John Wick world, but even there's some stuff in this movie that kind of tries to be John Wick, like they're introducing, a villainous gang that, is shipping off, supplies like guns and oil and barrels and, money and shit like that, drugs probably too, and there's a corrupt cop, police station around that too. But then even bigger than that, you have Sharon Stone's character, who is this mob, I guess, not really mob, I don't know what you want to call her. She's just a crime boss that is looming over this entire location. She basically has everyone's balls in her hand. She is just controlling the situation. And she is pretty threatening in this movie. I would say she wasn't needed, but then what they ended up doing with the other two threats, I was like, okay, I guess this is kind of better for what this movie needed to be to have in the third act, because the third act has a lot of fun. There's a water park setting that they're killing people in, they're blowing them up, they're shooting them down with machine guns. It is a fucking blast from start to finish, guys. It's a hilarious movie. This movie leans a lot more into the action comedy genre than it does the action with subtle comedy, like the first movie, which, honestly, I could see why some people could be a bit, I don't know, obtuse to that. They could be a little bit against that. They might prefer the action, the more hardened action film compared to this one, where a lot of the fights and a lot of the action is very comedic and humorous at times, and they pick certain moments to needle drop certain songs, stuff like that. But, I mean, the first one had some of that too, but like I said, it was a bit subdued. And in this movie, they kind of let off the reins a little bit, and they let it have fun. So, I was a big fan of that. This movie is definitely a retread of the first movie. It hits beats, beat for beat, the opening of the first movie. They do that again here, where you have the ending of the film at the beginning, where Bob Odenkirk is sitting in front of the police. This time he has a wolf, which gets explained later on. They find a wolf in this, water park, and they let him free, and he comes back to join them later on in the end. His wife is also with him in the end, played by Connie Nielsen. Great to see her here after last year's Gladiator 2. The kids are in this. They are given a little bit more to do. The son is given a little bit more to do. He has a bit of an arc in this movie, where there's this bully that kind of beats him up and starts some of the conflict for Hutch in this movie. And towards the end, after this kid is kidnapped by the corrupt police guys, and they manage to save him and return him to the dad, who was an antagonist, but they managed to turn him over to their side. He kind of reconciles with Hutch's son, being appreciative of Hutch saving him. So that was a nice moment. He walks up to him. The son is cutting wood for the fire, and he walks up to him with an axe, and you're like, oh boy, what is he gonna do? Because he's been watching Hutch. He's been learning from him. That's how he's kind of evolved since the first movie. He's got a lot more hot-headed and confrontational, like Hutch was. And no, he shakes his hand. He's like, look, we're even. My dad saved you, and we're gonna work together. And that was the nice little arc for him. The wife, Connie Nielsen's character, Becca. She has a little bit of an arc in this movie too. Their marriage is kind of on the rocks due to Hutch being off doing so many jobs. By the end of the film, they've kind of reconciled that after she has to save his ass in the end. She manages to kill Sharon Stone's character with a dart gun. A dart right through the eye, by the way. Jesus Christ. This movie is definitely, somehow, it's more bloody than the first movie, which the first movie has a lot of bloody moments, but this movie is going crazy with it. There are times where I wish it went a little bit further, like there's a saw kill where he pushes this guy's head onto a saw blade that's spinning. It doesn't fully show I mean, we're not getting like a Mortal Kombat where it splits the dude right down the middle. I can't wait for Mortal Kombat 2, by the way, to see all that shit. But we're given a great deal of blood in this movie, so I'm grateful for what we got, you know? Bob Odenkirk is charming as ever. He's entertaining as hell in this movie. I like being back in this world. You have the opening sequence where you have, you know, showing the different days, and they're, you know, it's so drastically different from the first movie. I really love that. Even in the first movie, he misses the trash truck like every Tuesday or something, and this time, this movie, he finally manages to like catch up to them and then gets the trash to the dumpster. That's pretty fun. There's a lot of just little gags in this movie that are callbacks to the first movie, like in the first movie when he's telling someone like, "Oh, they attacked me with this weapon." No, it was this weapon. He does that in this movie. It really is hitting it beat for beat of the original film. I'm not gonna lie, it just kind of has a vacation template over it. But look, it's a fun movie, okay? This is a movie where I am not against them kind of rehashing what we did in the first movie, because I rewatched the first movie before going into this. I mean, directly before I went into this movie, I watched the first one. So maybe that's why I was just ready to get back into this world, because I was already in it. But I don't know, I just had a really fun time with this movie. Maybe if I rewatch it again, I might drop it because of the repetitiveness of it. But I don't think so. I think it's a really solid film, and I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. I had a fucking blast with Nobody 2. Will we get Nobody 3? Possibly. If they're up for it, if Connie Nielsen and Bob Odenkirk want to kick ass together in that movie, that'd be cool. Christopher Lloyd is in this. If we can have him in at least one more film. Man, the guy's getting up there in age, but holy shit, he does some funny stuff in this movie. You also have his Hutch's brother, which I really enjoyed seeing him in this. You know, getting some samurai action in there. Wouldn't mind seeing him again. It's just got a lot of potential for a third movie. Do people want to see that? I sure hope so, because I had a blast. So, guys, let me know what you thought of Nobody 2 down in the comments below. Do you think it's a worthy sequel, or do you think they should have just kept it at one film? I would have been fine if they had kept it at one film, but having seen this movie now, I'm like, you know, I'm not mad that they made another movie, because it's fucking awesome. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this review, guys. I don't know what I'm gonna review next. I might do a review for that new Sydney Sweeney movie, Americana. We'll see. If not, then next week is Honey Don't, the new Coen brother film. So, stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys then. Take care. Goodbye.